Today we delve into a significant event in modern history, the 9/11 attacks. This event, laden with sorrow and shock, left indelible marks on the world's consciousness. As we embark on this journey of remembrance, we do so with the utmost respect and reverence for those whose lives were irrevocably altered that day. The terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, targeted the very symbols of our global community's strength and resilience, namely the World Trade Center in New York City and the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia. These devastating strikes not only shattered steel and concrete, but also the illusion of invulnerability that we as a society had built. Yet in the face of such adversity, the human spirit proved to be unbroken. As we journey through that fateful day, let us remember the lives lost and the unity that emerged from the ashes. On the morning of September 11, 2001, an ordinary Tuesday started with an extraordinary shift. The sun rose over the horizon, casting a warm glow on the towering World Trade Center in New York City. But a dark shadow was about to be cast over the city that never sleeps. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11, hijacked by terrorists, crashed into the North Tower. An inferno erupted, the flames licking the sky as smoke billowed out. The world watched in stunned silence, unable to comprehend the unfolding tragedy. Before the shock could settle, at 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175, another hijacked plane, flew into the South Tower. A massive fireball exploded from the building, showering debris over the streets below. This was no accident. America was under attack. As the news spread, disbelief turned into dread. The symbols of American prosperity, the Twin Towers, were ablaze. People on the streets looked up in horror, their faces reflecting the flames that consumed the towers. Emergency services responded with admirable courage, rushing towards the danger, even as thousands fled from it. Firefighters, police, paramedics, these brave souls climbed the burning towers, trying to save as many lives as they could. Yet as the minutes ticked by, the situation worsened. At 9:59 a.m., less than an hour after being struck, the South Tower collapsed. A cloud of dust and debris swept through the streets, turning day into night. Half an hour later, the North Tower fell. The once mighty Twin Towers were reduced to rubble. The skyline of New York City was forever changed. The unimaginable had happened. In less than 2 hours, the world as we knew it had been altered. The terror, the chaos, the loss, it was overwhelming. By 10:30 a.m., both towers had fallen, marking a tragic moment in global history. The events of that morning would leave an indelible mark on the heart of every American, and indeed the world. A day that started like any other had turned into a day we would never forget. As news of the World Trade Center attacks spread, another tragedy was unfolding at the Pentagon. It was just after 9:30 in the morning when American Airlines Flight 77, veering off course from its original destination to Los Angeles, struck the western side of the Pentagon. The impact was so immense that it caused a section of the massive structure to collapse. In minutes, the Pentagon, the nerve center of the United States military, was engulfed in flames. But amidst the chaos, the resilience of the American spirit shone through. First responders rushed to the scene, their focus unyielding despite the enormity of what was happening. They worked tirelessly to rescue survivors trapped in the wreckage, their efforts a beacon of hope in a moment of profound despair. The Pentagon, a symbol of American military power, was now part of this tragic narrative. But in the aftermath of the attack, it became a testament to the courage and resilience of the American people. Behind these coordinated attacks were deep-seated motivations and a plot years in the making. The groundwork for this tragic day was laid by a group known as Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden. This extremist organization, driven by a distorted interpretation of religious ideology, sought to strike at the heart of Western civilization, seeing the United States as a symbol of what they opposed. The planning was meticulous, the execution chillingly precise. The perpetrators were not merely attacking buildings, they targeted symbols of American power and prosperity, aiming to cause maximum psychological impact. This was not just an attack on American soil, but a declaration of war on shared values of freedom and democracy. In the immediate aftermath, the world stood still. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost, leaving a gaping wound in the heart of America. The Twin Towers, once a beacon of economic might, were reduced to rubble, and the Pentagon, the stronghold of American defense, was left scarred. Families were torn apart, dreams shattered, and a sense of security forever compromised. But the ramifications extended far beyond the physical damage. The events of that day reverberated around the world, reshaping the global political landscape. It led to the launch of the War on Terror, drastically changing foreign policies and leading to military interventions in Afghanistan and Iraq. Moreover, it transformed the way we perceive security. Air travel, public events, even everyday activities were seen through the lens of potential threats. Intelligence agencies worldwide ramped up their efforts, leading to an era of unprecedented cooperation in the global fight against terrorism. However, the impact of 9/11 was not just about heightened security measures or shifting political dynamics. It was about a fundamental change in the way we live, think, and interact. It was a harsh reminder of the fragility of life and the need for unity in the face of adversity. The world was forever changed as a new era of heightened security and global cooperation against terrorism began. In the face of this immense tragedy, the world came together to honor the victims. Beautiful memorials sprang up, echoing the resilience of the human spirit. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum in New York stands as a testament to this unity. Its twin reflecting pools, etched with the names of the lost, are a poignant reminder of the lives cut short that day. Across the country, the Pentagon Memorial honors the 184 lives taken there. Its unique design, individual benches for each victim, arranged in order of age, speaks to the personal nature of this loss. Every year, these spaces host ceremonies marked by a profound silence, broken only by the reading of the victims' names. This solemn tradition serves as a reminder of the individuals behind the numbers, their stories, their dreams, and their legacies. Through these memorials, we ensure that their sacrifice will never be forgotten. In the years since 9/11, we've learned important lessons about resilience and unity. This catastrophic event has, in many ways, reshaped our world, influencing how we think, act, and respond to adversity. One of the most significant lessons we've learned is the importance of unity. The attacks of that fateful day were not just an attack on America, but on humanity itself. In the face of such adversity, we witnessed an incredible display of human camaraderie. People of every age, race, and religion came together, helping each other, supporting each other, and standing together as one. We also learned about resilience, about the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable horror. Despite the pain, the loss, the grief, people found the strength to carry on, to rebuild, to heal. This resilience wasn't just seen in the survivors and the families of those lost, but in every individual who refused to let terror break their spirit. Yet another lesson we've learned from 9/11 is the importance of global cooperation. This tragic event served as a stark reminder that the challenges we face are not confined to the borders of individual nations. Terrorism, like many other global issues, requires a united global response. It calls for nations to work together, to share information, resources, and strategies to build a safer, more peaceful world. As we've moved forward, these lessons have shaped our responses to subsequent crises. They've taught us to value unity, to foster resilience, and to champion global cooperation. These are not just lessons from a dark day in history, but guiding principles for the future. As we remember the victims of 9/11, let us also remember the strength and resilience that emerged from this tragedy. May their memory continue to inspire us towards a future of peace and unity.